All right, here's the tea. I have been stalling and making a lot of excuses to not posting this guided meditation video. You can call it imposter syndrome, anxiety, busyness, all of that. It's just a fancy way of saying I've had a lot of resistance to creating this video, but it's getting done. And we're just gonna do it and meet ourselves exactly where we are. So before I get into the meditation, which today I would like to just do something really soothing and gentle because August is super hazy, heavy, hot. Heat is just like doing the most right now. So we're gonna just keep it really simple and do a beautiful, long, deep breathing meditation. So how I want to structure these guided meditations is start with a little bit of a Dharma talk together, and then we're going to do some stretching, get really into our bodies, help move any sort of stagnant energy that tends to kind of want to trap itself in certain areas. And then we'll move into the meditation and do a quick closeout. Today I wanted it just to be super casual and just talk, spill some tea between us friends. This past week has been feeling very sticky and heavy. I'm still kind of dealing with a lot of residual COVID symptoms. I got COVID for the first time over a month ago and still have a lot of fatigue and kind of just low energy and brain fog stuff that I'm working through and trying to be gentle with. But I also wanted to share this experience that I had on Friday. I am planning on doing meditation teacher training through this amazing studio. There is a portion of an interview that you have to do, a really quick 15-minute interview. And one of the things happens to me that I think can happen to a lot of people. You've probably experienced it yourself, but you know your stuff. You go into the interview feeling grounded and prepared, but the nerves get the best of you and you get asked a really simple question and you feel like you're rambling on and on and on and kind of just talking in spirals. And that's exactly what happened. I was being interviewed by this lovely meditation teacher, and she just asked such a simple question, why do you want to do meditation teacher training? And I went down this just vortex of words. I felt like I was just saying so many words, but not saying the thing that I wanted to really say. And I got off the call and I just was mortified. Oh God, I hate those feelings. I'm reliving it, and it's just that feeling where you're I didn't make any sense. What did I just do? And I was afraid that I made a terrible impression. And I think, I'll give myself some credit and say that I probably didn't do as bad as I thought I did. I am my own worst critic. But what I wanted to say to answer that question of why do you want to be a meditation teacher was simple. I want to bring more light into this world than darkness. Meditation has not only changed my life, it's saved my life on many occasions. As someone who's dealt with depression and severe anxiety since the age of 17, half of my life has been a lot of coping with darkness. Really struggled, especially the last 3 years, and had moments of really dark, I was in dark places, going through suicidal ideation and just going kind of down a really dark path that I had been in, when I was in college, and it scared the shit out of me, honestly. And going back into meditation was the real tool that helped me pull myself out. And so I wanted to say that. I wanted to say that meditation saved my life, and I want to give that tool to as many people as possible. And I didn't say those things, and that's okay too. And I just wanted to share that story in case you've had an instance, whether it's an interview for a fellowship or a job interview or even on a date, and you feel like you're unable to tap into like the truth and what you want to truly say, and you feel like you're buried in words and so many things that isn't just getting the point across. It's okay. Like, those moments don't define us. They're just a moment for us to like understand like we're human, and we can always just take some time to reflect and find the answers. And the important thing is that we have the answers for ourselves. It's not even as important that they're communicated to someone else. Sometimes it's just important that we know our why and give ourselves that intention and that groundedness in those moments. So with that, I want to say, you know what? We're human. We fuck up. I fuck up all the time. That moment was just a reminder of my humanness, and I give that version of me a big hug. And yeah, I've had moments a lot this week where things have just felt like, in hindsight, I'm like, why did I do that? That did not serve me. That did not nourish me in any way. I spent one late night just like going through like stalking exes online, which is something I do not do. And I just don't know I just had this like nostalgic feeling where I was like, what are these people up to? Like, what are they doing? Like, and then it just perpetuated all these negative feelings of like, oh, where am I in life compared to them, and all of this stuff. But I'm just oversharing probably, but just sharing these things because we're human, and it's not important to like beat ourselves up about it and be like, I can never do this again. Like, it probably will happen. These moments happen in life, and it's okay when we're down those rabbit holes. But the importance is to celebrate when we bounce back, when we regain consciousness, we regain a sense of presence, and we can get back into our minds and then work through all the things that are coming up and plant new seeds that we know will nourish and serve us. So let's do that, because I don't know about you, I've had a week and I've been kind of just swirling around in these habits that I'm not the most proud of, but meditation is always available. We can always come back, and that's what this is all about. So let's start with some stretching. All right, this is my meditation teacher assistant, Somali. She's gonna have some watermelon while we get started. But yes, just you want to make sure that you are wearing comfortable clothes that you can move around in. That's something that's always seems very basic but very helpful with meditation. I always like to start stretching and doing some movement before sitting into a meditation posture, because it just helps make sure that you can hold a posture longer, that you're more comfortable in the body, and that any sort of stagnant energy is just kind of being moved out and moved through. So let's start by doing a few rounds of cat-cow. So we're gonna start on our hands and knees, like in a tabletop, and then we're gonna round our back in. Inhale, and exhale, arch your back. Inhale. And then you're going to just do a few rounds of this. Take your time with it. There is literally no rush. I love to move through these really slowly. I know some teachers like to move quickly at different moments if you want to create more energy, but I genuinely love slow movement when it comes to stretching before meditation. of cat-cows, we're gonna just start kind of moving into our wrists a little bit and just moving our body, our back and our lower half of our body in little circles, using kind of your pelvis to help guide you, just to work through any sticky joints in your wrists, your hips, and just kind of move in a free form type of way. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You want to reverse. And just also use your breath to help move you through. I like to really kind of get funky in the shoulders to help just create a little looseness there, because my tension tends to stack up in my shoulders and neck. So I'll just kind of move through the shoulder sockets. Great. And then we're going to go into a position that you might be very familiar with, but we're going to dive into a child's pose. Really try to get the knees as wide as you can, and maybe have like your little big toes touching in the back, and we're going to slide forward. If it's available to you, you want to rest your forehead on your mat or cushion, carpet, whatever you have available. And you're going to really focus on creating deep breaths. And we're going to do 5 deep breaths in child's pose. You've done your 5. I lost track because that felt so good. I really love doing child's pose before meditation. It helps a lot with my nervous system to create this little shelter, safe little space for me, and I just feel like it's just such a safe pose to help release kind of any fear or anything that you're kind of holding on to. So do a few breaths in child's pose, and then if you're ready, we're also going to stretch out our legs with the left being stretched out and the right foot comes on the inner thigh of the left leg. And I'm not the most flexible. I'm working on my mobility and flexibility, but honestly, wherever you're at, you're just going to slowly reach towards your left foot and stop wherever you feel comfortable, and try not to like tug too much, but just focus on being steady and consistent, and use your breath to help lean forward if that is something that you're trying to work towards, if you're in a place where you want a little deeper stretch, but try not to force it. Awesome. I'm gonna move my Dharma's watermelon bowl away, and then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. And sometimes if it's like early morning and you know you're doing your meditation earlier in the day, if you want to like really bring your arms up and get more side stretch on the side body, this feels super good on this side. So I'm gonna bring my arms into this to help wake up the sides of my body as well. Great. And we're gonna bring our feet together and kind of open them like you're opening a book. My dog is really doing the most right now. That's her slurping, so sorry about the extra noise. Hey, Shooms. Good girl. You want to help me? Want us to do a little down dog? Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Good. All right. And then my favorite part, sometimes I like to just keep my feet where they are. I don't want to disturb her butt right here. It's really cozy. But I'll stay here, or I'll just go cross my legs like this, but we're gonna go into our neck and shoulders. This feels so good, so just do slow, gentle circles, 360. Okay, and then we're gonna do some circles the opposite direction. Was I just did the same side again? You know what I mean. Okay. And then we're gonna do Sufi grinds. So inhale, forward, exhale, back. Inhale, exhale, back. These are amazing for meditation. And after you've gotten your fill of Sufi grinds, we're going to go in a quick inhale. Bring your chest forward, shoulders back, exhale, scoop. Inhale, exhale. Alright, and then just take an extra minute or so. It might seem excessive because we're kind of going through this in a step-by-step way, but it really is like up to you if you want to do 2 minutes or if you want a whole stretching routine. I just think that if you get it done first and really give a good stretch, your meditations can feel so much more easeful, and that's what we're trying to do, is just create more ease into the meditation. So take a moment to kind of free flow, do anything that you need to do to kind of get super comfortable, and then we're going to get into our meditation. Always stealing my meditation spot. So we got through our little Dharma chat and we did our stretching, and now is the time to sit and focus on the mind. Today I really want to just do something very simple and soothing and nourishing for your nervous system, which is just 5 minutes of long, deep breathing. We can get into really more technical guided meditations in the future, but what I wanted to do was just to show the simplicity of meditation like this, because it's so much more accessible and easy to you at any point. And if you're even more of a beginner and in your beginner journey, and even for someone like me who has meditated for a long time, I love doing these types of meditations if I'm feeling off track or overwhelmed, and just helps me ground down and come back to myself. So I'm going to use a timer just to keep us honest on time. And great. All you're going to do is find a comfortable seat. You're going to rest your hands on your knees, and when you feel ready and comfortable, you're going to close your eyes gently, leaving just a slight sliver of an opening so that you get a little bit of light coming in. And you can still be alert and completely awake. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale again, we're gonna take it all in. Sip in some more. Hold, and exhale it all out through your mouth. We're gonna do 2 more of those, just get any sort of stuff that's lingering out before we begin. One more inhale in, sip in some more, hold, and release. And then all I want you to do is focus on breathing, sipping in air in a very consistent, gentle manner through your mouth, and we're gonna exhale through our nose. So that's gonna be our long, deep breathing. So really, when you're inhaling, you're trying to expand your diaphragm in your belly, and then when you're exhaling, you're releasing and releasing that balloon. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And you're going to keep going and trying to lengthen the inhales and exhales as much as you can and you feel comfortable with. The first few might feel a little performative or a little intense, but try to get to a place where there's not any forcefulness, but you're finding that perfect balance of effort and ease. My favorite meditation cue is from my meditation teacher, Hector, and he says that just also having a slight Mona Lisa smile while you're meditating is such a beautiful and helpful cue to not take things too seriously, but also have an ease in your facial expression and having joy. So don't forget your Mona Lisa smile. Let's take a few more deep breaths in. And then when you're ready, bring your palms together towards your heart. Bow your head in gratitude. And we're going to close our meditation with simple mantra, sat, a long sat, and a short nam. So deep breath in. Sat, nam. Thank you so much for joining me on our little 5-minute long deep breathing meditation. I hope you feel just a little bit in a different place than where you were prior to doing this meditation, and know that this is so easily accessible to you at any moment. Even if you're in the bath or doing dishes or having a stressful day, if you can carve out 5 minutes of long deep breathing, it can really just help bring you back to the present moment and help you focus on what matters most. Thank you again for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.